So this is an eBay product research template, which you can actually download from the description of this video. And I'm going to show you what it does. And one of the main things this has that's going to be very useful is the purchase history. And it's very easy to get to. I'll show you right now. Let's say, for instance, you were researching these particular products, and you were to open up this product and you wanted to get the purchase history on it, right? We see it sold 24, but eBay removed the purchase history link that used to be here. What you can do is just copy the URL right over to the template. You paste it right here under original eBay URL, and it will clean that URL out, pull out the item ID, and then you have a purchase history link, which is automatic, and will bring you to the purchase history for this item, right? And that's really just a URL that gets you to that purchase history. But instead of having to actually type that in or regenerate it, you can just click that link and it will bring you to this history. Okay, so we see it sold on June 18th. That was the last sale, and this was the price, the same price that is now, $27.99, right? Now what I will do is go ahead and show you what the rest of this template is about, and I will just quickly go over it. As you can see, you can also enter some data here if you want on the sales and revisions. It will calculate fees, and you can also enter supplier data, supplier cost data, and it will calculate a profit. And then you can make some notes on whether or not you want to sell the product, the method, and I'll get into all of that in a couple minutes. Let me start all the way from the beginning of the template. First thing is the entry number. This is just a way to keep track of each row. So this is the first piece of data I'm entering, so therefore entry number 1. Today's date is June 19th. Why I'm so big on dates is because I'm assuming that as you're building this list, that when you revisit it, you want to know how old your data is, all right, or when you made this recording. Now right here, I'll go ahead and copy this, which is the title, and I'll paste that in here as well. And here it has search. I have a search eBay link that when you click on that link, it will automatically search the title directly on eBay. So that way you can see other listings potentially of the same product, competing listings, right? And you can go over those as well. All right. Original list price, current list price. This means that when I first encountered the listing, the price of the listing, right? So right now it's $27.99. Okay, the current list price is the price right now. Why do I have these two things? Well, again, I'm thinking of you coming back in the future, right? You recorded the original list price at $27.99 today on June 19th, but in a month it might have a different list price, right? Okay, so we have purchase history. You also have revisions history, which you can view here as well just by clicking on that. So you can see what changes were made to the listing, so you can look at that as well. You can record some details on that, or you cannot record details on revision date. That's up to you. You don't have to use everything that's in here, right? The product sold 24 times as of today, so I will put number sold 24. That last sold price, I believe, was the same price that we see in front of us, $27.99. That last sold date, let me look at that history, was June 18th, right? So I'm going to put June 18th is the last sold date. Why do I have updated here? Again, in the future, you might come back a month later and the last sold date might change, right? Maybe in a month it continues to sell, and so this date will be different in the future, right? So for today, I'll put June 19th, so I know that that was the last time I entered this last sold date, last time I checked it. But in a month, I might, on July 19th, I might want to recheck it, right? Recheck that purchase history for that sold date. Now, the fee calculation, whatever eBay fee percentage you enter here, that's what it's going to use. So right now I have 13.25. It's just going to multiply that fee percentage by the current price, the current list price, add 30 cents transaction fee, calculate your fee, and then the payout is just going to be the total sale, the current list price minus that eBay fee. I know it doesn't include shipping. You can just, if they're shipping, just add shipping. Meaning, when I say shipping, I mean if they are charging shipping on the listing. Let's say this listing, they're not charging shipping here. This is free shipping. But let's say the shipping here was like $10. You can just add the 10 to the $27.99, make it $37.99, and then I would just put $37.99 because basically you just want to get that total sale, so it will calculate the fee and the payout, right? It's just to give you an idea, right? Now for the supplier part, I'm not going to actually fill in the supplier part right now, but I'll just explain it. You put the supplier, which for this brand would typically be Walmart, so you might put, for instance, Walmart here or walmart.com. Go get the source, copy that URL, put in here a variation if you have one, if the item is in stock. If it's selling as a single unit on eBay, then you just put 1 unit, but if this were like a 2-pack or something on eBay, then you could put like 2 units if you have to buy 2 of them. That's really just all for the profit calculation, right? Shipping and all of that, and basically it's going to calculate for you the cost and the profit. The profit is just going to be the payout minus the cost from the supplier is going to be the profit, what you have left. When you subtract the cost, ROI, it's just going to do. So for instance, I'll just go ahead and put like a number. Let's say the price was $10 for the item, and let's just say the supplier shipping is $5, for instance, right? The total cost is calculated here, $15, but then let's say you have tax of 10%. 2% signs. If you have tax of 10%, right, it's going to add in the tax also, making the cost a little higher. You're going to see a profit 748, and then it's giving you the ROI. Profit divided by cost 45.34%. All right, and that's just like a profit calculation, kind of an estimation of your profit. Now, this section, you could really just keep adding columns here all you want. You can use right-click, insert column if you want to add more columns. You could even do that somewhere else also throughout the sheet. But here at the end of the sheet, whether or not you've decided to sell the product is what I mean by sell product. So let's say you decide to sell it. You say, yeah, sure, right? It's profitable. What method are you going to use for this product? A product this size, you're typically drop shipping it. But if it's arbitrage, you can put arbitrage here instead. Because I know that there are people who do both, such as myself, who've done both drop shipping and arbitrage. And so, you can indicate which method you're using. Whether or not you listed the product, if I haven't listed it yet, I'm going to say no. But if I have listed it, I'm going to say yes. Just so that when I come to look at the product, I'm looking at it with the knowledge that I've already listed it. I'm not looking to list the product. All right. So that's good to know. And then the list method. Did you use software? That matters. I'm someone who uses software, but I also do manual methods too. And so I want to know if I listed something, for instance, with AutoDS. So I know to sign into my AutoDS and find the listing there. Or did I do it manually? If I did it manually, then I'm going to go to my spreadsheet where I store my products, which, by the way, I have to give you a template for that also to help you keep track of your listings and your orders, right? So anyway, that's why I have a list method here. You can put what method or software you used to list the product. So that's basically, that's the template. That's the template overall. Go ahead and get a copy of this template right here in the description of this video. Download a copy, and then also, if you haven't seen the eBay sourcer, this is really very powerful in my opinion. Not just saying that because I created it, but I've found it quite powerful for myself. What it does is it actually scrapes products from eBay. You literally do a search, such as a search I just did here on eBay for mainstays, and you take the URL, and when you bring the URL to the system, it actually scrapes the products off of eBay into your Google Sheet, including the sales history, as I just discussed, including the seller's store, the seller's feedback. All of that stuff gets pulled in. Okay, his store, his feedback score. It even finds potential sources of products. So I even have that, which is a technology that I've been demonstrating for a couple of years now in Google Sheets, auto sourcing, as I call it. And so it has that as well, and there's a lot more to it. This is not a demonstration of this tool. You have to see another video linked in the description of this video to see the actual demo of this tool, but just to give you an idea of what it does, you can put the criteria and it will actually filter out the products, so you can immediately find products that have sold within the search that you're doing. All right, and so anyway, definitely check this out if you haven't already. Okay, if you're already using it, great. If you are already using it, make sure that you have this version, by the way, because I just added the extraction criteria here. Okay, this filter, so that you don't have to extract a whole bunch of things that haven't sold, right, as you did before. No, you can go straight to the things that sold a certain number of times and the feedback, seller feedback that you want. Okay, so make sure you're using this most recent version. All right, so that's it. eBay product research template, and then also, as I mentioned, the eBay sourcer, brought to you by myself, Mr. Mark. You can leave comments, questions, or suggestions on the video, but you can also contact me directly. I provide an email address. Email is generally the best way to reach me, but the Facebook is good as well. Those are the two main forms of communications I use as of today. And so anyway, I look forward to either hearing from you or seeing you around on the channel.